Hello, welcome back everyone. If you've just stumbled across the channel, my name is Aaron, and this is where you'll find me scratch building a various amount of stuff and turning it into, well, different stuff. This week is a change from my Star Wars builds. I'm building a mech, which, because I love piling pressure on myself, is part one of a trilogy of mechs. I decided to take 3 random objects and turn them into different mechs. And that's a nice segue into the light bulb that has served its purpose well in illuminating the late nights of me sat rocking back and forth at my desk, cutting and painting and bringing spaceships into this world. Now, normally I'd be a responsible adult and not to incur the wrath of Greta Thunberg, I'd recycle the bulb, but not this time. I'm Dr. Frankenstein. I'm Dr. Frankenfurter. Without the cross-dressing bit. Putting this bulb back onto the slab and making a mech. So you know what that means. Let's start scratching that build. As you can see, I'm going to use some snap links, which is just another posher name for those annoying fidget toys, and I'm turning them into legs. And I must stress at this point, I have no clear plan, no drawing, or no sketch for this build. As with anything I'm building from scratch, I'll let the shapes decide where it wants to go. A bit like Bob Ross with painting to canvas. Only, as someone pointed out over on Instagram, Bob Ross would never paint on plastic. Very true. So I've cut down some plastic spoons to use as feet and I'll glue them to the links. So what I have to do with the links is just nip the base of it because that's round and I need it sort of flush, so I'll get some adhesion when I glue this to the spoon. And then just going to use some baking powder just to give it that extra bond. So you just use baking powder with the glue. And yeah, I'm having a hard time. I need some sort of spoon or something. Oh, I've just cut the spoons up. Yeah, oh, hang on. Wait 1 second. Oh, there must be something in here that I can use. Listen, if you're new to the channel and you've not subscribed, think about subscribing, liking, leave a comment, a nice comment, and hit that notification bell. Now I'm cooking on gas. So I'm just, as you can see, just putting the baking powder onto the glue just to give it that nice, yeah, hang on now. This baking powder. Wonder what else it can do. Hang on, just give me a second.
You okay there, dude? I believe you didn't mean to do that, and a disclaimer to those who haven't skipped this part of the video. Just say no. Now if you just leave that with me.
Alright. Let's get on with the video. So, I've 4 legs built. Now's the time to glue the build to them. The bulb. Now's the time. 1 second. George, I can't feel my legs. George.
Should we stop filming so you can lie down in a dark room?
No, I'm alright, thanks, George.
Are you hungry?
No, I'm not hungry.
Do you want a drink?
Maybe. Okay, I'm back now. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to start greebling the build up. There's the glue, and no, there's no way I'm going to sniff that one. So I'm just going to, these are just various bits of tank parts that I've just, as you saw in the start of the video, all these that are just lying about in a big box, and I just thought I would just randomly put pieces onto the light bulb and just see what quite literally stuck. So let's cut to a quick sped up montage of me gluing the various bits and the legs to the bulb, and then I'll get straight back to you. So there we have the legs that are now attached to the bulb, looking great, splendid. And I'm going to use some more snap links for the arms, and I'm going to be covering these snap links up so you won't see them as much, and once all the paint's on you won't notice them at all. So let's do another sped up montage now of the actual greeblies that are going to be added. So like I said, this had no sort of clear vision of what it was going to be. I just randomly cut out bits and pieces off the sprues and just added them to the build. I got this model kit from it's a local store called Mr. Price, which would probably be like a Target or what's the other one in America? I can't remember right now. Anyway, they're all cheap and cheerful, that's why I use them. And this is the, oops, there we go, where's it gone? There it is. This is the top bit for the tank that I just thought I'd stick on the front of the light bulb because, hey, it looks cool. These are the exhaust pipes from the tank that I'm just going to put together and then stick on the back end of the bulb. So this is the Mech as it stands right now. Still need to add some of the bombs and weapons and stuff like that, but just thought I'd show you how it looks right now. Kind of looks kooky, I understand that, but it'll all come out once the paint is on. So what I'm going to do here now is just with a hot hobby knife is just carve some battle damage into some of the panels. Don't do this without adult supervision if there's any children watching, and God forgive me if there is because of what happened earlier. I do apologise. Anyway, so once that's done, then I'm just going to stick everything else on, and then it'll go off to get primed, which will just be a rattle can black. There's the weapons, and that is the War Pig. Why did I choose the name War Pig? Quite simple. I was listening to random music on my Spotify playlist, and Black Sabbath came out with War Pigs. So I just thought, hey, I'm going to call it that. And that's how the trilogy of Mechs came about, really, from a song. So while the Mech dries, I've just rustled up a base, and now what I'm going to use some, it's very old crackle paint, so I don't know if it's going to turn out alright or not. This is just, it's trial by error really. So I'm just going to paint it all on, and you leave it for about 24 hours. So while that is drying, I thought I'll make some bullet casing, which is quite simply, I'm just going to cut down some cocktail sticks and then just paint them black. So while the bullet casing is drying and the base is drying, it's on to painting the War Pig, which will just be a simple red. I'm going to use my cheap and cheerful airbrush, which for once, after a quick phone call to Morrigan's Creations, I asked him why it wasn't working, and he simply put, is it blocked? Yeah, okay, thanks MC, thanks for the tip there. Yes, it was blocked. Once I sorted out the blockage, it was onto spraying the main body red, and then I thought I'd do a blue for the weapons, so it was just two colours, and just resprayed once that red had dried, just resprayed over certain panels just to give it that sort of depth look. You can see it in the money shots later on, but yeah, that's all I did, black, red and blue, and I think it came out quite good. So here I am just spraying the blue onto the weapons, and then it'll be onto the base. The base came out okay-ish, but there was parts where the crackle effect hadn't worked, so I just covered that up with the weathering powder, and then covered the bits that had not taken with the bullet casing, which again I just painted over with black and then a dry brush of silver, and it was onto the money shots. Now, because I can't use proper music, if you head over to my TikTok channel or the Instagram page, you will see Black Sabbath's War Pigs playing with this model. If you want to do that, fine. If not, stay for these money shots with some random music that I've got playing over it. But it works better if